Hello, this is Aaron from the Cisco Tech Enterprise Switching team. In this video, I describe how to enable and use the guest shell on Catalyst 9000 switches. This process is valid for iOS XE 17.9.1 and later releases. The guest shell is a Linux container pre-installed on iOS XE platforms that has access to the device file system. It allows users to run custom applications such as Python scripts to automate management and data collection tasks. Before enabling the guest shell, let's review some factors to consider. 1100 megabytes of free hard disk space is required for the guest shell to install successfully. Guest shell applications have access to the guest share directory in the flash memory. Guest shell is not supported on Catalyst 9200L switches. The process to enable the guest shell consists of 4 steps. 1. Enable IOX. 2. Configure the app hosting network access. 3. Enable the guest shell. And 4. Validate the guest shell. Let's begin. The first step is to enable IOX. Enter global configuration mode and enable it using IOX command. IOX can take up to 5 minutes to be ready. A syslog is displayed indicating that IOX is ready to use. Validate that IOX is running using show IOX command. The second step is to configure the app hosting network access for the guest shell. There are two options for this: the app gigabit Ethernet interface for Catalyst 9200, 9300, 9400, and 9500X switches, and the management interface for all Catalyst 9000 switches. Please note that Catalyst 92CX switches do not support any of these options. For these platforms, guest shell applications cannot communicate with the external network. In this example, the app gigabit Ethernet interface is used. First, the app gigabit Ethernet port is configured as a trunk port so that it allows traffic from VLAN 20. Then, enter app hosting appid guest shell command and define that the application VNIC communicates with the front panel ports through a trunk port. Then, define that the guest interface 0 is on VLAN 20 and assign the IP address of the guest shell container. The default gateway is configured using app default gateway command. In this example, the default gateway is the VLAN 20 SPI of this switch. Finally, if required by the application, a DNS server can be configured using nameserver0 command. Note that if using the management interface, the guest shell uses a default IP address 192.168.30.2, and the management interface is used as the gateway. The third step is to run guest shell enable command. If the configurations are correct, a couple of messages and a syslog are shown, indicating that the guest shell has been enabled successfully. The fourth step is to validate that the guest shell is working with the previously defined configurations. For this, open the bash prompt using the guest shell run bash command. Use the sudo ifconfig command to validate the IP address of the guest shell. Use the sudo route and sudo arp commands to validate the IP and MAC addresses of the gateway. Additionally, the resolve.conf file can be checked to validate the DNS server configuration. Perform a couple of ping tests to the default gateway and cisco.com to validate connectivity. At this point, the guest shell is enabled and ready for use. Let's explore how to run Python on the switch using the guest shell. First, let's check the version of Python that comes pre-installed. As shown, the guest shell includes Python 3. Python scripts can be run from the bash prompt or directly from the iOS CLI using the guest shell run python 3 command. With this command, the Python prompt is accessed to run Python statements. Let's print a hello world. Also, the Python CLI module can be imported to run iOS commands from Python. This is useful when a Python script needs to interact with iOS. To run a custom Python script, copy the file to the guest share directory in the flash, and use the same command as before, but this time indicate the path to the script at the end. This example script prints some ASCII art. You are now ready to automate your Catalyst 9000 switches using the guest shell. Do not hesitate to contact tech support if you have any questions, and check the tech video portal for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.